Welcome back to Learn with Sam and Ash. I'm Sam, your IELTS trainer, and today we have something called IELTS Speaking Recent Actual Test. If you want more such tests, do not forget to join our live sessions using our website IELTS Masterclass with Sam, which got amazing rating, that is 4.8 out of 5 with 450 reviews on Google. If you don't believe us, search it on Google and you'll find it. Let's begin the test. So we are at IELTS Speaking Recent Actual Test 5. And we'll start with IELTS Speaking Part 1. Question 1. Are robots important? Depends on the area you are installing them, right? For example, if it comes to factories or industries where robots are quite important to, achieve certain tasks or achieve certain goals, then yes, robots are quite vital. But in everyday life, I believe yet robots are not that important. That is 2025. Maybe in future, maybe let's say in 2030, 2040, no one knows when they will be ubiquitous. That means everywhere around us. Do robots affect people's lives? I don't think directly they do, but indirectly definitely they have quite a bit of impact in the way people, our population is living. Mainly I would say the products we are using, they are mainly made by robots. So yes, they have indirect impact rather than direct, for example, changing certain lives directly. Then no, they don't have direct effects, but indirect effects, yes, I would say they do have. I mean, robots have. Have you ever watched a movie about robots? Oh, not one, plenty of them, right? The movie I, Robot and Terminator, and so many movies are about robots. In fact, there was a movie called Wall-E, which I really enjoyed. The reason was it was probably true. I mean, not now, but it will become a reality in coming future. So I don't think it will be very quickly, but yes, it is coming time. It's an amazing film to watch when it comes to how robots will be living, or something can happen to robots or to us. Amazing movie. And yes, I have watched quite a bit of a movie, but no, I'm not a big movie fan, but back then I was, when I was in school and college. Should we let a robot drive for us for a long time? See, there are two perspectives to that. We shouldn't, I feel, in a way. The reasons are, number one, is that driving itself is an enjoyment, is a enjoyable activity, and it makes you feel great and calm. So you should do it rather than allowing any machine to do it. First thing. Secondly, it's not yet safe, and you can never trust robot, because human judgment is always better than robot judgment, because we certain places we do take decisions based on ethics and based on current situation. Robots have decisions to take, that's it, directly based on certain code. So for two reasons, I don't think we should let them drive for a long time. What can robots do for you at home? Well, in some countries, robots are cleaning stuff, robots are doing certain, let's say, picking up stuff, or certain picking up and heavy picking up stuff. But I don't think every country is there. They are doing many things. But yes, what they are doing these days are cleaning utensils. They are helping people. They are used that as prosthetics. That means somebody lost their hand or leg or something. They are becoming that hand or leg. So yes, robots are used by them. So in certain cases they are kind of vital, but certain cases they are not doing much at home. Let's jump to IELTS Speaking Part 2. And question is about describe, such as describe a sports person or athlete that you admire. Who is the person, what he is like in real life, what is his and her achievement, and explain why do you admire him. Generally we get 1 minute to prepare for this, but I'm going to take like 10 seconds and then we'll start, right? All right, the person I would like to talk, he is not an athlete right now, but definitely he used to be a person on a state level. He played in India, and he is my father-in-law. He played at a very good level, and in fact he was one of the top athletes in his line, but because of his luck or his not being aware about the situation, he could not reach at a higher level, but I would say that multiple sports he did play, such as long jump, high jump, sprint, that is running, and apart from that volleyball, all of them, and kabaddi is a sport in India which is quite famous. He did quite well at that time. He showed me his pictures. He could jump 5+ feet, that is 5.11 feet high jump, which is quite an achievement. Even long jump, quite long he could jump. So I would say as a person, I do like him when it comes to sports. Along with that, he was fit. He had no issues about body. He used to eat a lot. That gave him that boost which he needed to enjoy life. At the same time, staying strong. Well, at state level, he did win some trophies and some gifts or all those things. But later, certain things changed in his life, and he could not continue with that. I would say, apart from sports, personally, he is quite calm. He's collected. He thinks a lot, but he's quite calm and collected because of his multiple experiences, I guess. And I did really admire his past, actually, more than the present. Of course, I enjoy his present even now. But he used to tell the stories, and he showed the pictures as well about his past. I would say that great achievement when it came to the past. But right now he is relaxed and not in sports. So I would not say right now I know a person who is an athlete, but earlier, yes. So this was the person. So IELTS speaking part 3. Of course, questions will be connected to sports mainly. Should students have physical education and do sports at school? Definitely. Kids and pupils should definitely get physical education and should try something connected to sports when it comes to school, because these days kids are not doing much at home. They are just sitting around and not doing anything. I would say school will at least boost that part, right? It will not create any issue. It will definitely boost it, and kids will be able to enjoy that at school because they have something called partners, or colleagues or other students who they can compete with. So along with health, they will also get basically friends who they can compete with and later be friends again, right? So I feel yes, they should have physical education or fun such as sports and athletics. What qualities should an athlete have? The most important quality, in my opinion, for a person in sports or athletics should be discipline, because without that you might win one race but you cannot continue winning, right? Let's say a person won one sprint and next day they lose it because they were not practicing it quite a bit. That's the most important one, that is being disciplined about whatever you're doing it regularly, basically. Second quality is being humble. Nobody would like an athlete to be at a very high position and winning and suddenly being very narcissistic behavior. That would be considered bad for the PR as well as the image of that athlete, and image is everything in that field because these days people, everything is telecasted, right? So I would say these two qualities, discipline and being humble, are the two important qualities. Is talent important in sports? Definitely. Come on, talent. The word itself connects with sport, right? If you have no talent, how would you even get into that? It will take you years to even cultivate that okay, he is okay in sports or in any sport, let's say. So without talent, how would you get into that field, right? So talent is definitely important to initiate. Later, discipline makes it better, but without talent, you cannot even start that. I don't know how that talent came. I'm not saying it came by birth, but whatever way it did come. So talent is quite vital when it comes to sports. For example, there was a guy who used to in front of me, who used to bowl quite well in cricket, and later he was playing in Ranji Trophy, which is quite low level but quite a high level compared to a person who is playing everyday normal sports, right? So talent is quite vital. Is it easy to identify children's talents? It's quite easy, straightforward to do that, actually, to figure out, but it's quite difficult to continue after that. Basically there are so many people with great talents, so many people with amazing skills, but later what to do next is quite difficult, because there is a large crowd of kids with such talents and such skills. So figuring out the talent is not difficult. You can see them when they're competing with others. You can easily see how they are outweighing their skills compared to others. Definitely. But when it comes to going higher, a little bit higher in the ladder of winning, or in the sport itself, I wouldn't say it's easy. It's difficult, but yes, identifying or figuring out their talent is quite easy. What is the most popular sport in your country? I think everyone knows the answer. When it comes to India, it is all about cricket. These days people are watching kabaddi though, but yes, cricket is still the most popular, most famous. I'm not a big fan. My whole family is a fan. I have friends who are a fan, but not me. Definitely not me. But I can see that whenever there's a cricket match, they do take leaves from work. Sometimes people take 3 days leaves. There are large TVs and screens installed whenever there's a final, and people do celebrate with firecrackers, and they enjoy sweets and all those things together. I don't do that, but yes, when it comes to my country, definitely cricket is the festive season when it comes to any match, right? Do teenagers like sports in your country? They do. Yes, most of the teenagers, they do. In fact, I would say they used to do a lot earlier, not now. Earlier, when kids were when I was a kid, when I was a teenager, we didn't do anything apart from playing sports. We used to go around 3 in the afternoon, even if it is hot. We never cared. But these days people are getting into only one thing, which is esports, that is computer games, or doing something on computer or phone or tablets or anything like that. But earlier it was an amazing thing to do, and people were into it. Now they are, but not completely. Do you think physical education is necessary, and why? Well, physical education physical education will and always be a necessity, and the reason is, see, without health you are nothing. I feel that, right? I'm not sure what others feel, but yes, if you have money and if you have health issues, you cannot do anything. There is no chance you can do anything. So it is quite important that you are physically fit, and for that physical education is must. You need to know what are the things you should do to stay fit, and what are the things you should not do. So in order to, because health is wealth, you can say that. You cannot get your health back, you can get the money back anyway. Whatever loss you have, whatever financial loss you have, you can get it back. I'm not saying you will get it instantly, but you can. Physically, mostly you cannot get it back. So physical education is must, especially for kids and teenagers. How do you think physical education classes affect children's development? See, kids have, I believe, 2 types of brains. One is that is being told, like one brain listens to that, oh, this is what you're supposed to do, and second is that I have my own brain, I'll do myself. When I have their own brain, I would do what I think is always the easy path, right? Is always the lewd path, or whatever they're lewd for. I would say that it affects by reducing the part that they love, but it's not good for them, mostly. I'm not saying all the time, but mostly. And a path where it is good for them and they should do, that is physical education. So it does affect their development, their phase where they should grow, and it creates a positive impact, right? Kids do get into stuff such as running and sprinting, and or let's say multiple things such as jumping around, long jumps and all. So when it comes to physical education, it does give them at least a positive idea about health. So I would say that it incorporates positively when it comes to kids development. And that was IELTS Speaking Recent Actual Test 5. I hope you guys are enjoying this series. If you are, do not forget to visit IELTSclass.learnwithsmns.com and check out our other answers as well as other codes. And if you want one-on-one speaking, do visit our website. Let's go to the other screen. Guys, this was the end of our IELTS Speaking. You will get more such videos, but do not forget to visit our website IELTS Masterclass with Sam, where you will get amazing courses as well as one-on-one speaking with us. Take care for now. See you soon in our coming videos.